Get some plastic surgery for that ugly mug, you unfunny sack of shit. I love irony. I've spoken about it before, but irony makes all of life's experiences so much more forceful. Irony makes jokes funnier, and irony makes tragedy sadder. And to some extent, we all have blind spots related to our own ironies, our own contradictions, our own hypocrisies. Some more than others, of course. We are all imperfect humans, but for some of us, our blind spots to our own ironies are so deep and so broad that we actually engage in the very type of behavior that we spend much of our time seeking to destroy. It'd be like an FBI agent blowing up a building to stop terrorism. It'd be like the UN hacking up a few ethnically homogenous bodies in order to stop genocide. It'd be like slamming 6 beers before driving your friend home just to make sure he gets there safely. In this case, it is an anti-body shamer coming to my channel to body shame me. So let's set the stage. This person referring to herself as Luptuous Life is a self-described body positive blogger. We need to love ourselves, but before we can do that, we need to accept ourselves for who we are first, she writes. Fair enough. A positive attitude is always helpful. I don't dispute that outlook on life. But I do dispute when you describe yourself and your philosophy as such and then come to my channel Unprovoked and say, "Why are you even making YouTube videos? You're ugly, a nerd, and the only person who thinks you're funny is you. The rest of us are either laughing at you or feel embarrassed for you. GTFO. GTFO what? My channel? My house? Anyway, in response to that comment, I inquire, Miss Luptuous Life, would you be interested in comparing faces live on camera anytime soon? Since I am so ugly, I figure you will have the upper hand, if only by juxtaposition. And the response to that question is amazing. I invite you to get some plastic surgery for that ugly mug, you unfunny sack of shit. What happened? Jenna Marbles wouldn't give you the time of day, so you're trying desperately to get the attention of the ugly or thinks she's funny but isn't poor man's version of her? GG, loser. You don't have to look like a man to act like one since you like the truth so much. Take this simple truth to bed with you and cry yourself to sleep at night. Not all men are blessed with the physical manifestation of masculinity. So sorry, what are you gonna do, non-masculine looking man? Flex me to death with your non-existent biceps. Make me projectile vomit on your ugly face. Make my brain explode with the wit you think exists, but doesn't. GTFO. Hashtag body positive. Now I could dissect this paragraph point by point as I suspect some of you might, but I don't think I need to go that far. Let me just ask one question in response. If I came to your Luptuous Life blog or to any YouTube channel that you may create, and I commented not on the content of your writing or your video, not on the reasoning of your argument, not on the ideas which you are offering for public consumption, but on how I find your appearance unappealing. If I came to you with the same vitriol with which you came to me and said, "Hey, I'm sorry you have an unsexy body, unsexy girl. What are you gonna do? Stun me to death with your non-existent beauty?" Imagine the gigantic blog post you write. Sorry, that was really insensitive. Imagine the large but healthy and confident and beautiful and not at all criticizable in any way blog post you write about me on your website. Imagine how you'd cry yourself to sleep in much the same way you describe me doing. Posts like this sincerely make me wonder, how is it these people can't see the hypocrisies and contradictions between their words and their actions? How can this person possibly think it is a life-defining crime for someone to criticize her body, but it's totally fine for her to come to my channel Unprovoked and criticize my body? I had a psychology professor who told me the last cognitive faculty to develop in the human mind is the ability to perceive and understand a situation from the perspective of somebody else. And some people, he told me, never develop that ability at all. Only through critical thinking and having our perspective challenged Do we develop that capacity? Applying that lesson here, it may very well be the case that Luptuous Life lacks the ability to perceive a situation from the perspective of anyone else, and thus she cannot perceive her own ironies, her own contradictions, her own hypocrisies. That is my suspicion. That is my speculation. It's the only theory that I can come up with to explain this type of behavior. In this mindset, the only thing that matters is the world inside of one's own head, not the expansive universe of 6 billion other people outside of it. To that extent, I suggest that every cliche mantra associated with this type of person be supplemented with a "for me" suffix. It's body positive for me. It's oppressive social norms for me. It's all about empowerment for me. And what about everybody else who doesn't fit your specific group? Well, fuck them. They have small arms anyway. Thanks as always for listening and for supporting this channel. Always appreciate the thoughtful discussion down below and on Twitter at skag_3. Get at me over there. Okay, thanks. Bye.